The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Wilson, Executive Vice President here at One Resource Group. I want to thank everybody for jumping on our Wednesday webinar series. We're really excited about this week's presentation with Chris and the Capstone team. Over the past 3 or 4 months, One Resource Group's been working diligently on building out this platform for a lot of our agents and advisor groups from across the country. With the help of Chris and Tom and the team over at Capstone, this is a very exciting platform. Probably in the last 20 years, most excited I've been in terms of rolling out a new product. So today we're going to touch base on the Capstone Plus program. A couple housekeeping items. You can ask questions. What I'll do, since we have a hard stop in 30 minutes, is we'll answer any questions after the webinar is presented, and then this will be recorded. So if you'd like a recording of the webinar, feel free to email me directly or your marketer that you directly work with. So without further ado, Chris Gaddis from Capstone. Chris, you want to take it away?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. So I'm just going to review our Capstone Plus program with you today. So I'll just jump in here. So we distribute Capstone through GP Agency. So we've got about 40 employees in the Charlotte and Raleigh offices and a 56-year history. We help agents and brokers nationwide as well with our Capstone Plus program. So jumping into the program, there's a couple key things. Number one, this is a health and wellness program. So Capstone Plus operates from the Affordable Care Act that was passed or enacted in 2010, allowing us to really enhance and broaden the use of wellness plans under the Affordable Care Act. And it is a Section 125, that's a piece of it, that prioritizes preventative health and wellness. And the nice thing about this program is it's not meant to disrupt or replace any medical or supplemental plans. It's an enhancement to current benefits. It's a standalone program. So there's no disruption. You don't have to worry about renewal periods and things like that. This is, those of you, depending upon the business you're in, if you're working with business owners or on the group benefits side, it's one of the best door openers right now to get meetings and conversations where you may not have been able to get them before. And I think you'll see why in the coming slides. This is a program that also is available for the employer and the employees at no net cost. There is a cost, which I'll show you, but we provide savings and pay for the cost out of the savings. So in the end, the net cost is zero to the employer and the employees. And again, based on that health and wellness initiative, it is a predictive and preventative health and wellness plans that is focused on being preventative. That's the whole idea behind this. So just some qualifications to go over. So 10 or more employees enrolled. To be considered a full-time W-2 with 30 more hours a week, is the majority of those employees will be qualified for the program. Now we can do permanent part-time, working 20 hours or more a week on their period. They may be eligible, and owners are not eligible. This is kind of just a general rule, and this reason we want to avoid double dipping with S corps. This is certainly an issue with owners of more than 2%. So we just kind of make that a straight line there, so we don't have to worry about checking the corporate status and all those things for those employers. Now, the whole idea behind this is, and what really helps in positioning this, is that employers are facing problems. Recruiting, retention, and revenue. They're all having trouble finding good talent, keeping good talent, and paying for that talent, or finding ways to enhance what they have in their benefits packages and such. So there's an ongoing issue, and these stats in the image here, the graphic here, really kind of displays what that is. So 67% of employees have seen a negative impact from inflation and rising costs of goods, ongoing increasing issue, with 30% having to choose between paying for a medical treatment, a prescription, or a non-medical bill. We know that people who have trouble, 50% of bankruptcies are created because people can't pay for their medical bills. So this is a real problem. And, Kaiser Family Foundation put this study together from 2017 to 22, over 40% increase in employees just deciding that they can't take benefits. They're just going to forego their benefits because they need to bring more money home to their family to pay for expenses. We also have terms like presenteeism, quiet quitting, things like that have transpired and happened that are really impacting businesses. You can see to the tune of almost $300 billion in 2022 alone. These are employees that are at work and just not productive, and it's costing American businesses pretty dramatically. But what we do know is when employees have access to benefits, they want benefits, they want to be on benefits, they're more productive. They're able to get the needs, the treatment, the proactive care that they need. They're able to be more productive. They're not having to worry about things that are going on in their life and taking them away from their tasks at work, or dealing with sick family members or other things that may be going on. And also, when you introduce subsidies, that's becoming more and more important, the ability to actually offset the cost of benefits to employees. And we do all those things at Capstone Plus. Now, Amaze Health is our partner in this. They offer unlimited telehealth benefits. This is much different than any teledoc service. And you may, when you're presenting this, may have someone say, "Oh, we have a teledoc service." To be very clear, those other services are usually the people are paid per call. They're very restricted in that they are restricted in what they can diagnose and what they can prescribe. This is a full service telehealth platform. Urgent care, telemedicine, ER, dermatology, primary care, behavioral health, mental health specialists, all at zero copay or fee. It's all available. This is me being able to jump on my phone and have a chat with my doctor, with my primary care doctor, me having a concern about a mole or something to be able to get a specialist on the phone, my son, breaking a toe at a soccer match and going to the ER and be able to call an ER doctor and get advice on the way and get care. I actually had someone in my office today who got stung by a jellyfish last week at the beach, Myrtle Beach, and was able to use Amaze to get care and get directed to an emergency room to get stitches. So it's a really unique program that is much more than you could ever imagine as far as the services. Personalized programs that are available: chronic disease management, prescription, billing advocacy, weight management, smoking cessation. And this is also for the whole family, to be clear. So a lot of these, these are employee-facing benefits that the employer is doing, but there's a whole household of people at home potentially that need help as well. And so this is for the whole family with no additional costs. So that's another big benefit here. 80 languages, 24/7 support. There's audio, video, and in-app messaging. The ease of which you can use this service is really impressive. I'll share a personal story very quickly. On Saturday, I was helping a neighbor. They had a tree fall down in their backyard. We're just cutting up, got my chainsaw, cutting up. Sunday evening, we had family in from New York, and we were at a nice Italian restaurant having dinner. I noticed some marks on my arm, and I knew I had poison oak here in North Carolina. I know that's a problem. I've had it before. I knew it was coming. I knew in a couple of days it'd be pretty bad. So I was able to literally at dinner, I took out my phone. You see the app on your right-hand side here. I hit message Amaze. I sent them a message of what was going on, asked them to, get a prescription for me. They asked for just a picture to confirm what it was. I sent them back a picture, and they sent me back a message all within 2 minutes that prescription was now waiting for me at my pharmacy. So a very convenient service that provides a huge benefits for employees. It's also, as you can tell, fast and friction-free. So I just talked to you, my experience in messaging. But if you look here on the right-hand side, if you press send in this app, you will be speaking to somebody in less than 3 seconds. That's their average answer time. So they all have, it's very fast, friction-free. There's no intake forms, no waiting rooms, nothing that you have to do or appointments that you have to set prior to. We also have the biometric facial scanner. This is really this has been a missing component in telehealth for a long time. This is the first thing that happens when you walk into doctor's office, brick and mortar doctor's office. And now, as you can see here, vital signs such as blood pressure, heart rate, irregular rate, respiratory rate, mental stress, and even future risks and indicators around cardiovascular, stroke, heart, and blood pressure. Again, a really unique solution, all on your phone. You hold the app to your face, scan your face for 30 seconds, and you get all that information in 99% accuracy. In addition to that, we also have a partnership with RX Valet. 37 of the most commonly prescribed drugs at no charge, 70,000 retail pharmacies across the US. The prescription assistance program is tremendous. Any prescription medication over $200. They have the ability to go to international programs, manufacturer programs, nonprofits, to be able to source those prescriptions at a lower cost. All the things you just saw also are helping businesses reduce claims to their major medical plans. Another huge benefit that they're receiving that really helps when you see the rising costs of premiums and the trend we've had in American businesses where they're increasing the deductible on families to lower the premium a little bit each year as those rates keep going up, up, and up. Now, this is an indemnity-based plan, so there's also an indemnity plan. So this is a cash benefit paid to the employee for initial hospital confinement of $1,000, daily confinement of $100, ambulance benefit of $250, and emergency room benefits of $150. We have two levels of plan. This is the 1200 plan and the 900 plan. The difference being on the initial confinement, $750 instead of $1,000, and the ambulance $200 instead of $250. Now, how we do this, how the program works. Here's the math of it all. So if you see on your left-hand side here in the before, $4,200 in monthly income for this employee. Their health insurance is $185, their 401k being $360, which leaves a taxable income of $3,655. As you see, after the withholding is taken out, this employee receives a net pay deposit in their bank account of $3,036.83. Now the after, we have the same employee making $4,200, $185 in health insurance, $360 in 401k, but our premium, Capstone Plus premium of $1,200. This reduces taxable wages to $2,455, so it's a reduction of $1,200. And you'll see the withholding. Sorry about that. You guys are seeing the next slides here. So you'll see the withholding is reduced as well because now we have a new taxable income that we're basing that off of. There's a claim payment made back, which I'll talk about in a moment, of $1,010 against that $1,200 premium. And in the end, this employee is not only receiving all the benefits that we just reviewed for them and their families, they're also receiving an increase in their net pay, in this example of $85.82. So when they go into their bank account after that first paycheck, they're going to see an increase in their pay of $85.82. Now, this is not magic or trickery or anything. What you have here is a premium based on the value of the program we just reviewed. All the benefits, all the services that we provide, the value of which that is through a third-party actuarial valuation of that value. That's how we're able to justify that charge. Now, what you see with the claim payment, this is a very important factor when we're dealing with internal revenue codes and all these things, that it is justified. And what you see in that payment must be tied to medical expenses. And we do that using proactive health and wellness CPT codes. So CPT codes are what hospitals and doctors' offices use to communicate with insurance companies about cost of services that are all tied to medical claims. We use CPT codes as well. There's 14 that we use in a month with employees, all in that proactive health and wellness category that justify that reimbursement of $1,010. Now, the employer is also going to receive a savings. So this is an average of the savings between the 1200 and the 900 plan. So what you see here is every employee is going to have a per month savings of $80.32. This is again average. You're going to see a cost. So the employer does have a fee of $40 a month that's taken out of that savings. And in the end, the employer will still receive a $40 per month savings, or the average savings per year being just under $500. And as you can imagine, as you have employers with 50, 100, 1,000 employees, the savings just increases prorated based on the number of employees they have. And one of the slides I want to show you is the pro forma census that we have. This is an example of a real employer, 127 employees. You'll see they had 127 employees, 93% of them qualified. So we had a couple that did not. Average savings for this group was $615.22. So 615 times 127 employees, that's the $78,000 in first year savings that this group received. That's real money going to their bottom line. That's $1,500 a pay period that they're saving. That is back into their bottom line, into their net profits. Then you have the employee. So this is an employee paid weekly. There's their gross pay, single, low pre-tax deduction, withholding, and net pay of $1,054. And in this example, again, you'll see the difference. Our premium, this is the weekly equivalent of the $1,200. We have the claim payment of $233, which again is the weekly of the $1,010, and their net pay going up $54.53. And as a group with 127 employees, they saw their weekly pay go up $30.87 for a total of $1,600 a year in increased pay. So Tony, that's our program. I appreciate you letting me share it. And I don't know if there's any questions or comments or thoughts you wanted to add, but I'm happy to answer some questions as well.
Yeah, Chris, if you can kind of cover the implementation process. I know we had some questions on that, on some of the previous conversations we had.
Yeah, yep. So our implementation process is very streamlined. So the first, let's kind of go over the process overall, maybe real quick. So you're gonna have your initial presentation. You're gonna review this PowerPoint with that prospect. After that, you're gonna do a quote. You're gonna have a pro forma like this that you're gonna present in the second meeting, that you wanna review the numbers with them and the savings and all that. From there, we have what's called an RFC form, a request for coverage. Once we have the RFC form, that really initiates the process. We're going to do everything from there. So we have a TPA, as I mentioned, that's backing this up, that's adjudicating claims, record keeping, doing all the things we need to do to be compliant within this program on the back end. And so when we get that RFC form, we'll kick off the implementation process. We will help reach out to employees. This is an opt-out program, so everyone's automatically enrolled and they'll have the ability to be opted out through notification processes. From there, we'll work with payroll to implement this on the payroll side. We'll have a kickoff call to educate them on the different services we offer, how to work well with us, and also make sure all the employees receive enrollment into the CMA's health app as well.
Excellent. We did have a couple questions and we will take those. So Capstone claim payment is every month or just as you use it? So that the claim is automatic, correct, Chris?
Great question. Yeah, every pay period. So it's going to be broken up by pay period. We've automated that whole process, so you're not going to have the issue where 1 week the employee gets it, the 1 week they don't. There is some requirements. We do require they receive physician-written emails with employee education details in it, that they're subscribed and receive those, and also download the app. If they fall out of compliance with that, we will have a notification period where they'll be told they're out of compliance. They need to do those things to become in compliance. If they don't, we'll just remove them from the program. We're not going to, have an issue where we're taking the premium and not reimbursing and having a big issue in their pay. That won't happen.
What are the minimum amount of employees? I mean, right now we're looking at 10 employees, right?
Yes, correct. Yep.
In terms of once the census has been submitted, what does the processing time look like? Or where are we at right now in terms of turnaround time on that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Let's talk about group size. Under 50 and a group without high variability in pay or hours, that's going to be a direct self-bill. And so that's very quick. We can do that within a couple of days. We can have that set up. Over 50 and especially large groups that have variability in pay, like restaurants, home health care, temp agencies, or just large groups that have people getting terminated and hired all the time, that's a very difficult thing to track. And anytime you're messing with people's pay or anything, or even bills to employers, and they're getting frustrated having to audit and check things, it's a frustrating process. So we actually have API and custom census processes that we can tap into their payroll and get live feeds of that payroll, and in real time and automated, we can do the billing and handle that and make sure anyone who's terminated and doesn't show up on pay, they're not getting charged for, is taken off the program. Anyone that is on there will get charged and be enrolled in the program. That can take 4 to 8 weeks, on top, but that can take some time to set that up. But in conjunction with enrolling the program, educating employees, and then the process in which that takes to go, we line that up pretty well. But that's the one delay, but it's one of those things, when you start right, you end right. When you do it that way, especially with large employers, it's very simple. They're not getting complaints. They're not hearing complaints from their payroll or HR departments, from employees. And this is a program, year to year, you don't have to go back and renew. Rates aren't changing. We're not having changes to the program. You got to get approved or have enrolled. It's evergreen. It continues to go. So once these go in place, the persistency is very strong, especially when we do the billing that way. So it's a very effective way to do this.
Yeah, we did have a question. Basically, you don't need to have a major medical. What other types of plans are you seeing with like the MEX and some of the other plans that we can layer?
Yeah. Yeah, so the unique thing about this program is it's fixed indemnity plan that has a wellness rider, so we don't have to worry. Medical is not required with this program. There's others that maybe require a medical program. We have a program, just our Capstone Health our basic Capstone Health plan that requires that. So that's not required. This is standalone from that. But those of you listening, if you are doing group benefits and doing any of those other benefits, you can continue to do that, and you can use this as a door opener. And it really is a great complement.
Yeah, so to tie this all together, so there's a question how you get paid, which I'll cover here in a minute. But what we do is we'll take that $85 per month employee tax savings, and we can look at either a guaranteed issue whole life contract, or a UL contract, or even a group annuity with a minimum of 75 lives for these types of plans. So we'll take that $85 per month cost savings, tax savings, and actually fund either a guaranteed issue life or annuity contract for these employer groups. And then, at the end of the day, that's where we can get the compensation, along with saving, on average around $500 per employee. On the employer side, we'll go back and do some executive benefit planning, especially taking care of the owners that cannot participate in this program. We'll look at some non-qualified deferred comp, some traditional alert plans, all kinds of different executive benefit planning, funding the buy-sell, the key man policies that may be like an unfunded liability. So that's where we can basically go to different business owners and really provide them some additional planning based off this tax savings. There's a per employee rate. Feel free to contact me directly to get that rate that we can pay per employee. And then at the end of the day, One Resource Group can help you onboard a lot of these plans as well. So we're working, average case size is around 100 employees. We have a couple that are in the tens of thousands. We have 24,000, 60,000, 240,000 person group that we're working with too. But for a lot of these groups, we can help you enroll, implement, do the presentation directly to the business owner. We're fully engaged within all these transactions. And this is why we're so excited. A lot of our distributors, especially on this call, have access to business owners. It's a value-added benefit. It's just a great way to to add another benefit to your employer groups that you're working with. And we're seeing a lot of our competition, come out of the gate and start marketing this and presenting this. So it is a very exciting time to be able to market this platform. And Chris, anything else I missed in terms of the insurance or just the platform in general?
No, I think you nailed everything. And to your point about an exciting time, it really, this is a very, I've seen it happen time and time again. This is a door opener like you wouldn't believe. And with the support that RG is put behind this and everything, it allows you to really be someone that bring in as a unique solution to your clients or to a new whole market potentially in businesses and business owners. So leverage it. There's a really great opportunity to get in some doors you maybe couldn't before.
Yeah, so contact your senior marketer here on the desk. They can help you open up the opportunities. I'm on a lot of the calls as well with the business owners and some of the key contacts. CPAs love this. We're looking to add a long-term care rider onto the life plans, which in certain states where they're going to require the long-term care mandate, this will be a 4-in-1 plan for those types of business owners. So again, there's a lot of opportunity within this type of planning. And we're really excited to partner with Capstone on this. So Chris, thank you so much for the presentation. Appreciate everybody jumping on the Wednesday call, and hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Thank you.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much.